The nominees for the Academy Awards are out. Roma and The Favorite were among the top nominees. Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman, and Bohemian Rhapsody were also in the Best Picture category, along with Green Book, A Star is Born, and Vice. Earlier, Vlad and I spoke to managing editor at Fandango, Erik Davis, and host of ET Live, Denny Directo, about some of the films that got the top nominations and some other surprise nominees.
You have to remember, too, with Bohemian Rhapsody, this is a film that made over 500 million worldwide.
Right.
I mean, this is like, just in the international market, over 200 million domestically. So it's a crowd pleaser, and that's what we're seeing a lot. I think this is the first time since 2009 that we've had two films that grossed over 200 million in the Best Picture and a film that grossed over 700 million in the Best Picture category with Black Panther. So what we're seeing in these Best Picture nominations are films that people went to see. We're seeing crowd pleasers. You know, a lot of people went to see them. Maybe more people tune in because they have more invested in these films because a lot of people saw them. But I like Bohemian, I like Green Book, I like Black Panther. First Man did not get in.
First Man didn't get in. Neither did Mary Poppins. Some people were saying Mary Poppins could be in there. Denny, Black Panther, by my count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least, if you count the Best Picture, at least 8 nominations for Black Panther. So Black Panther and Roma seem to be the leaders.
I was going to say, I think Roma might be the most nominated film according to my tallies, but Black Panther on the heels of them for sure. I mean, amazing. Black Panther just made history being the first superhero film to ever be nominated for Best Picture. You'll remember back in the day, people were really hoping The Dark Knight would crack into that list. And in fact, that was when the nominees were only 5. There was 5 nominees for Best Picture on that time. I feel like in response to Dark Knight, they opened it up to 10 at least, you know? And so now Black Panther has cracked that list, which is pretty incredible and a huge feat. All I have to say about that real quick is you remember last year they tried to do that popular Oscar.
Yeah,
I'm so glad they got rid of that.
So against.
Because, because I remember last year the controversy was about Girls Trip. And that it had made a ton of money and people seemed to really like it. And, you know, Tiffany Haddish couldn't get any love. And that maybe, you know, the Academy was a little too elitist. And I wondered if you thought, you know, what you thought of what Erik had to say, Denny, about, you know, maybe we're seeing a shift here.
Well, no, for sure. I feel like the fact that they even thought about this popular Oscar was to basically give other films an opportunity to show up at the big show. But to me, it always felt like a consolation prize. And so obviously today, Black Panther really showed them that they deserve to be among the allotted and acclaimed films, the best films of the year.
Yeah, I am. So if Beale Street could talk, I love Regina King. I really hope that she gets that Best Actress award. But it only got nominated for one other, by my count, adapted screenplay. And there may be another one. Score. Right, the score. That's kind of a surprise, I think, for some people.
Yeah, would have liked to see that nominated for Best Picture. But we're in New York right now. We got to give props to Spike Lee.
Yeah, Spike Lee.
First time he's ever been nominated for Best Director. What is the first time one of his films has ever been nominated for Best Picture? Right. So I think that's great.
And
Black
adapted screenplay, although it's not Spike, but his film.
Exactly.
I'm really excited for him. He's another one of those individuals like Denzel Washington we've talked about who've been robbed in the past for the Best Director. You know, I mean, everybody now acknowledges that Do the Right Thing is probably one of the great movies of the last 50 years. Didn't get nominated for that. Malcolm X, same thing. Finally, BlacKkKlansman. Although I should point out Denzel's son did not get a nomination for Best Actor in John Washington in BlacKkKlansman. Any other surprises for you, Denny?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you talk about Black Panther making history, Spike Lee making history. Yalitza Aparicio just made history, becoming the first Latin woman to be nominated for Best Actress in 14 years at the Oscars, you guys. Basically, the last person who did that was Catalina Sandino Moreno, if you remember back in 2005 for Maria Full of Grace. And she's also only the second Mexican-born actress to be nominated for Best Actress, following Salma Hayek and Frida. So Roma, I mean, came in strong today, and she was a surprise nominee, kind of knocking off some other favorites, including Emily Blunt for Mary Poppins, but I'm so happy to see her invited to the big party. I think she deserves it, don't you think?